Lee County, Alabama, was hit hard by a devastating hurricane in 2019, resulting in 23 fatalities. The storm left a path of destruction, tearing up homes and businesses, uprooting trees, and flooding streets. The storm left the residents of Lee County coping with the overwhelming physical, emotional, and financial devastation. Many of the fatalities resulted from trees crashing into homes and vehicles, electrical power line failures, and flash flooding. The communities were sent into shock, with friends and families mourning the loss of their loved ones. The storm was relatively slow-moving, allowing unprecedented flooding along low-lying portions of the county as well. Emergency responders had a difficult time accessing certain areas and rescuing those in need due to the surrounding flood waters. The Lee County Coroner's Office quickly released the names of the 23 victims of the storm, most of who were from Beauregard. Locally, many of the congregations had memorial services, dedicating several days of mourning in the wake of the tragedy. Funerals were hard-fought, as many of the families had to cope with the loss of their loved ones while dealing with the displacement caused by the hurricane. The storm especially affected the older, more vulnerable populations of Lee County, leaving those least able to afford it burdened with the overwhelming destruction and loss. The Lee County relief efforts were well coordinated and effective, with numerous volunteers and organizations arriving to help those affected by the storm. Volunteers came in from all around the area, working day and night to lend a helping hand to those who were exceptionally hard hit. Local churches, businesses, and other aiding organizations provided essential supplies and services that were not available through the contractual recovery process. The organizations helped to start the cleanup process, with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, offering resources to those in need. The Lee County Sheriff's Office worked tirelessly to provide a safe environment during the recovery phase, protecting the citizens from potential looting and other criminal acts. Despite the extensive recovery process, many of the residents of Lee County were left without a home or the means to rebuild. The outpouring of support from outside organizations was excellent, with many providing labor and materials to those affected by the hurricane. The governor of Alabama declared a state of emergency for Lee County, freeing up additional resources for the necessary repairs. The American Red Cross and other charitable organizations launched extensive campaigns to assist those affected by the storm, offering basic necessities and continual psychological support. The volunteers were vital in providing the physical and emotional support needed to help the residents cope and adjust. For those who had lost family members or homes, the recovery was a slow and painful process compounded by the lack of immediate resources. The staggering economic impact of the tragedy was evident in the county. A flurry of lawsuits were brought against certain businesses and government institutions, claiming they had failed to properly prepare for the storm. The Federal Emergency Management Agency paid out millions of dollars in grants and loans to those affected by the storm.